A series of dangerous wildfires are currently burning across the southeast, and the state of Georgia is currently seeing the worst of it. The Highway 82 fire has burned 5,000 acres so far, is only at 15% containment. Fox Weather Correspondent Robert Ray joins us live from Atkinson, Georgia. Robert, you've been on the ground since yesterday, and it just looks awful seeing that scene around you.
It is, yeah. This is Atkinson, right off of Highway 82, which has been mostly closed the past couple days. And look, you see this trailer that is burned, scorched, the ground also full of ash and soot and vehicles that were just burned out. I talked to one of the police officers on duty here just moments ago as he directed us into this area. And Richard, if you can, have a view of this vehicle just completely fried out. But he was telling me that, they're considering trying to reopen parts of 82, but they're concerned still about smoke wafting across the road from the forest. And just shot video, and maybe we have that ready and we can take a look at it. If not, we're looking at other pieces of video from the past couple days of this fire. But yeah, indeed, at least 5,000 acres have been scorched here in Brantley County as we make our way through the forest, and it's got really debris on the ground from not only the fire but retardant that firefighters have been dropping. And you just see how black and scalded it is because of all of this flames, and this is because of a drought. Amazing amount of lack of precipitation. Since September of last year, just 11 inches of rain has fallen here in southeastern Georgia, a massive deficit. And then you add, winds to the situation in the past couple days that have kicked up, and that has just been nasty. But Richard, take a look and just give them a view, if you can, of this entire roadway, and we'll walk through it if we can, and you'll just see how the flames made its way through into this neighborhood, not only burning vehicles but homes as well, if we can make it over there. The county has been giving updates very frequently on the situation here in southeastern Georgia, which, by the way, over 50 square miles of land has been burned because of all of these fires. But let's listen to one of the county managers that I caught up with yesterday on the amount of destruction.
54 homes that have been lost for sure, and that's been proven by the state. We've got some fire marshals and stuff that are actually doing damage assessment for us. The governor made his declaration today that basically once that's done, FEMA can then step in. They can determine if the expenses and the cost of this situation is going to go high enough, or if they have resources.
Yeah, it's important that that declaration was filed by Governor Brian Kemp, because that allows FEMA to not only get money, but like he was just saying, resources in here. In the meantime, this is steel that is burned to a crisp. This looks like a large mobile home left to nothing at this point, and you could just smell the residue of the smoke. And on Highway 82 coming in from Jekyll Beach, where I overnighted last night on the Atlantic, just about 30 miles away. Amazing that the ocean's that close. You just saw parts of the forest still burning and smoldering. And unfortunately, look, this is going on in Florida as well. About 150 fires are still burning in the state of Florida. The agriculture secretary down there calls it the worst fire season that they have seen in over 30 years down in the Sunshine State. A lot of issues here, and most of this is all due to the drought and the lack of rain that we have seen really since last summer in this part of the country. Melanie, back to you.
Robert, I'm just speechless looking at all that devastation. And the thing about wildfires is they just happen so quickly, and then you get devastation like that. Yeah. Have the county officials, have they been able to say what they think caused this, or is it still too early for that?
I asked that question yesterday because it's obviously on everybody's mind. It could be anything at this point. They're not ruling out the fact that, it could have been a power surge that happened on Monday in the area, but they're also not ruling out the fact that, someone quite literally could have their lawnmower going and a spark could have went out into something and caught one of the pine trees on fire. Maybe somebody flicked a cigarette. It's anybody's guess at this point, but that investigation is absolutely on its way, as they're still trying to contain, right? A very low containment number right now. And again, over 50 square miles has burned here in the state of Georgia. And gosh, there's no rain in sight. I mean, up in Atlanta, yeah, maybe this weekend we're going to get some rain, but not down here in southeast Georgia and northern Florida. Just incredible scenes.
Yeah, the forecast is so bleak. We've also been talking, one of the secondary impacts, but a big impact if you suffer from asthma, is the air quality. Have you noticed any impact with the air quality specifically where you are, or can you feel the impact of it?
Yeah, I mean, let me put it this way. It's not overwhelming because, you know, the swath of where the wind is pushing it is actually more to the north. What's fascinating is when I was driving down from Atlanta yesterday, I felt that the conditions outside were a lot more dense as far as the smoke, about 80 miles to the northwest of here, and the odor was very intense. And then I get down here, and it was less. I was very surprised, but you know, that's just the way all of this moves. And by the way, you know, Georgia is also getting some of the wind and the smoke from the fires in northern Florida as well. So it's just like all of this is compounding in the area, and amazing that Atlanta skyline looks the way it does, especially yesterday. That was amazing to see.
Yeah, all has to do with the way that the wind blows. It's just your heart goes out to those families that are impacted by that fire.